Hello everyone, this is just a quick demo video for my database project for Comp 3115, Dr. Andrew Neal, the University of Memphis. So my database project is for the 100 Girls of Code, which is a nonprofit organization that aims to end the gender imbalance in technology fields. So basically 100 Girls of Code, they host events and they try to get younger girls to come and learn about technology and programming and coding and such. So with all these events, they have students that register, and their parents must register them online since they target younger students. So to register, they have to go to the 100 Girls of Code webpage. And here there's forms, so there's a form for student information, and for every student there has to be a parent, some parent contact information, as well as a form for volunteers if you want to help. So here I filled out some sample information, and we'll see this information later. But so for all these events, there's students that attend, or the information that needs to be kept track of is the students that attend, the parent information, the volunteers, the volunteer information, as well as the instructors of the events and information about the events themselves. So currently 100 Girls of Code uses just a CSV file on Google Docs to hold all this information, and you can see here on the tabs it's very cluttered. There's too much information on one document, so there's definitely a need for a bigger system to help them, which is where my application comes into play. So to also before the registration process and for the 100 Girls of Code is after registering on the website, all the information is included into an email, which is then sent to a 100 Girls of Code web server. Here, volunteers would manually have to extract information from the email and insert it into the CSV file. Like you can see here, it's in HTML format as such. So now after our application, this process is automated. So now we can go back to the web application itself. So this is a Ruby on Rails web application, and it includes a lot of additional features besides just showing a database. So this application is intended for instructors for 100 Girls of Code, so they can easily manage the information and data associated with events and students and parents and volunteers and such. So this is the homepage. If you go to the homepage, you get the listings of the most recent events. All the data that you see here is created using a gem called Faker. It essentially just creates fake word, or they're real words, but just puts fake data into the database. So it doesn't really make sense, but it represents real data. So essentially 100 Girls of Code holds these workshops every few months, and for every workshops there's students, volunteers, and instructors. So all these correspond to model classes in my Ruby on Rails application, and so for each one there's a table, and here we can see the design of the table. I think it looks a lot better than how it previously looked before, here with all the information just cluttered. And you can see here that you can't sort the columns, we can't search for information. It's very limited functionality. So here in my web application, we can sort by last name, we can search for information, we can search for first names and such. So we have a nice view of all the tables. So you can see the parents, it looks the same, volunteers, instructors. So for every student, actually, I'll talk about that later. Okay. So in addition to just showing the database, as you can see, there's other functionalities we have. So go back to the registration forms. We've created scripts to automate the process of inserting new students into the database. So if you go to the application, there's a scripts tab here. So I've created a script that imports from email. So if you run the script right here, we can see that the import ran successfully, and then essentially it goes into this. You can see they're marked as red now. They go into the email and parse all the unread emails. So now if we go to students and we look for our demo student, I guess I used that same one earlier, but you can see that it got created on the 24th, which is today. So that is a big script that saves a lot of time for manual labor of just copying and pasting information. And we can see that the demo parent is also here. And same for the volunteer. It's a demo volunteer. Another added functionality is security. Since there is some sensitive information or contact information, we want this to be kept safe. So in order for that, we have added like a login feature or security authentication. So now I'm logged in as an admin, and there's different roles that instructors can have that use the application. So as an admin, here, this is my admin account right here. We can show that I have all functionality, but we've set a list of permissions. So some can only view, some can view, edit, and some can view, edit, and destroy, and also run the scripts. So you need to be registered in order to use the account. So let's say you have not registered, or you're a hacker or something, and you'd have to register in order first. But let's say a hacker signs up, or not even a hacker, just someone who isn't authorized to use it. They sign up, they get successfully sign up, but they are unable to access the application until an admin with full permissions accepts them into the application. You can see here, you don't have permission to do that. Contact Dr. Lenny Strange, just runs 100 Girls of Code. So if we log back in now with our admin account, we will see in the instructors that there's a new instructor here, hacker. We see the hacker attempt. So essentially, if this was a real person who was actually associated with the organization, then we can add them to the list of accepted people to use the application. We can edit their permissions as an administrator, so we can choose which one they want. So if we can give them full access, then we confirm that. Now if we log out and log in as the hacker or the new instructor, now they can log in successfully and do use the application. So basically that's my entire application. You can see that it shows it's a nice way to display a database. The specifics of the database, like the schema and the diagrams and stuff, you will find in my project report, the paper. And I think that's about it for now. So thank you for watching, and